Hey everybody, it's Gretchen. It's Sunday and you're watching Project Lifesize. Now, this is my second Sunday, only because that's the way we worked it out with our videos, so that I would do 2 Sundays in a row. So I hope you don't mind seeing my face. And I wanted to read something. I was going through some old, like almost 10 years old files that I had on my computer from a long time ago before I met my husband, before I moved to Arizona, like all of that. And I don't write a lot of like fiction type things. And I wrote this little thing and I feel compelled to read it to you and I'll explain to you why when I'm done. It's called The Blues. There were lights, dim ones, blue ones of course, bathing the little stage in a blanket of deep warmth. She swam through the energy in that small space on her way to the microphone, poised at the edge. Her steps were strong, thick, and fluid, her eyes lazily scanning the waiting faces. She wrapped her right hand around the microphone, one finger at a time, her lips approaching it as if to kiss a familiar lover. Closing her eyes, tilting her head slightly to the right, a familiar note poured from her throat, prompting the band to follow. The song drew up from her abdomen like lava, flowing out in wafts and rivers of notes and raw emotion. The sweat on her lip cooling the blues she breathed into the microphone and out upon the swaying listeners. The waiting faces now nodding their heads with eyes closed to the unbroken strains coming from the woman on the stage. She had red hair that curled around her face, held closer by the sweat gathering at her temples and forehead. Not heavy or thin, the black dress she wore clung to her hips with knowing. The pale skin of her neck and chest were wet and reflecting the hues of the room with every breath. Her youthful freckles disappeared in the glowing blue spotlights. The blues have a way of making you ageless, making naivete and innocence turn into powerful knowing. Your feet have walked the blues, your heart has shattered and spilled out the blues. There's a part of every heart that knows and understands the core of the blues. And it doesn't matter that tomorrow she'll be at her desk, bathing in yellow fluorescent light and empty white paper. What mattered was that she walked into the club tonight, knowing that she could breathe again, knowing that she could let the songs escape like fireflies, watching the notes light up the room, letting go of everything she didn't reveal in waking daylight hours, letting go of the suit she let the world see, and slipping into each note as if drawing on a pair of soft blue chenille socks. She wrapped her left hand around her right, still caressing the microphone, tasting it with her lips as she went deeper into the lights, the blues, and herself. And I had forgotten I wrote that, and I read that and I thought, that's such a great example of what I like to say to people is that, you may not be at a place in your life where you feel like you're doing the job that you would dream of doing, or that you're living in the place that you dream of living, or any of those kind of things. But it doesn't mean that you can't find a way to still do them or experience the things you want to experience in your current circumstances. If you want to be a writer, even if you can't make a living at it right now, write. You want to be a singer, sing. If you want to be a painter, paint. Just because someone's not paying you to do it full time doesn't mean you can't do it. And we need to do those things that make our heart sing. And it may not be something artistic. It may be taekwondo. It may be, building things. It may be, I don't know, cleaning houses, or whatever it is that you feel drawn to do. I just want to encourage you to do those things that make your heart sing and that make you feel like you are your perfect self. Because we can't be it all the time. We can't necessarily be that authentic self all the time just because of our circumstances, but we can be it more and more, little by little, just by reclaiming and finding ways to let that part of us out. The more you let it a little bit out, a little bit more, before you know it, you're living the life of your dreams. And so don't wait to sing the blues, and I mean that in a good way. So yeah. So I will see you guys on Tuesday. I hope you had a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.